the heart of Mosul's old city. The last time we were here, we were on the other side of the street. So this is as close as we've been to the city's famous Al-Nouri Mosque, and that's what's left of it. One of the reasons it's so famous is not only because it was 850 years old, but this is where the leader of Daesh, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, first declared his so-called Islamic Caliphate. In the last days of the battle for Mosul, Daesh blew it up. They didn't want to see Iraqi forces take back control of such a symbolic location. You can see that all over the old city, it is utterly destroyed. It's total devastation. All the narrow, winding streets are full of concrete, burned out cars and vehicles. There's nothing left. The old city of Mosul cannot be inhabited again. These buildings will have to be torn down, the concrete taken out and rebuilt from scratch. Almost no one is living here. Before the war, there were some 14,000 people living in Mosul's old city. A few families have come back to the outskirts, to small houses that are somewhat intact, but there's no infrastructure, no electricity, no running water. And of course, there are no jobs. There's nothing to do in this area. So while Mosul, both east and west, has now been freed from Daesh, the battle across Iraq is still not quite over. Iraqi forces have just freed all of Nineveh Plains, Tal Afar, and they're now redeploying their forces to Hawija, which is in Kirkuk province. After freeing Hawija, which should take place in the next few weeks, Iraqi forces will then move into the vast desert plains of Anbar province, stretching all the way to the Syrian border. There are pockets of Daesh there. This is a battle for the forces that has taken over a year. They've fought against Daesh in Fallujah, in Tikrit, in Ramadi and Mosul, and now they've just got these last small areas to try and clear. And then Iraq, in theory, will finally be freed of this group.